Hey, it's another Monday, and each and every Monday is all about making money Mondays. So let's talk about that today, something we haven't talked about yet. However, before I continue, for those who are joining me for the first time, my name is Joel Levia. I'm a personal trainer, nutritionist, wellness coach, business owner based in New York City. In many ways, I am just like you. I just love transforming people's life who are not well to a better state of body and mind through nutrition and exercise and wellness. However, I also enjoy the business side of it. I love talking about what works for me and share it with other colleagues just like you. So hopefully you can learn what I did and you could start implementing it in your business today. So let's talk about this Making Money Mondays. Today is all about webinars and how webinars could help you get more money. So let's talk about that. Okay, webinars. There was so much hype about webinars a couple years back within the fitness industry, wasn't being used or utilized at all, or little to none. Yeah. Webinars, the power of webinars is tremendous. For the ones who use it outside of fitness and wellness and nutrition, they was killing it. They was making a mint. A ton of money is a mint when we talking in slang. They was killing it. They was crushing it. But within the fitness space, who was doing it? Nobody. I stepped into that space. I did it. And, ooh, mm-mm-mm. I enjoy the dividends. The bank account started to get taller than myself. So I was enjoying it. And that's why I want to talk about webinars. There's different type of webinars and I'll share with you that. Let's talk about it now. Webinars. There's two different types. It's the one that you go live and it's the one that is pre-recorded. I don't know which one came first in the sense of um, seminars or webinars, but webinars is just a seminar on the web. That's it, right? Some people prefer it pre-recorded and plug it into their website or wherever they have it and send traffic to it and people absorb it. And the cool thing about a webinar, those pre-recorded webinar, it works for you while you sleep. Yeah. You just plug and play. Set it up, leave it, and if it's working, you let it run. That's the cool thing about a webinar, especially the pre-recorded webinar. However, there's the next webinar, which is the live webinars, which I enjoy a lot because I am a talky kind of guy. I love to talk. I like to interact with people. I like to hear people feedback. So I like going live. The live part is really good because you get live feedback, questions, comments, and you could engage with them, your prospects, and your prospects could engage with you. You could feel out each other vibes, energy, and see how y'all could be ideal fit right there and there. I love live. And the thing is about webinars, you could do it anyhow you feel comfortable. You could pre-record it, and the good thing about pre-recording, you could do many takes until you have it perfect. But listen to this one key thing: perfection equals poorhouse. So don't try to get it too perfect. Just try to get it done. Put it out. That's it. Period. So how webinars help you? One, it helps to generate sales while you sleep. And let me explain how that works. When it comes to selling your services or your product, who is the best person to sell it or to promote it or to talk about it? Yeah, you, me. I'm the best person to talk about my services because I have a dying passion about what I do. Same for you. So just imagine You have the right words to say, and you just record it, and you just leave it and plug it in. You, one person, are the salesperson, the driving force for millions of dollars. Yeah. Because now millions of people come to the website, they see your video, you sold them, they buy, period. That's the cool thing about a webinar. It works while you sleep. The con part of a webinar that I observe, it may not work effectively to drive the sale on the website if it's very high ticket. For someone like me who might have a personal training program that is well over $20,000, I realize the webinar is a good place to indoctrinate them, drive them to the next step, which is the phone call. And that phone call, I'll sit with them and go over any objection that the webinar didn't cover, and they could feel me out as well in person over the phone, and I get them in. The webinar could also lead somebody to an application form to qualify the prospects if it's really high ticket. And but with a webinar, what I observe is this: if your pricing is between, let's say, $100 to $2,000 to 2005 maybe, that's borderline. You could do a webinar and you could sell it. You sell a product right online. They don't have to go through a phone call. So again, 2,500 is borderline now. However, I see it work. If you're like 1,000, 1,500, that is sweet spot. Sweet spot. So you could look into webinars and how you could sell your services. Okay, the next nice thing that I like about webinars and how it could help me in my business, you in your business, is it's perfect to sell services and products. Let's just say you have a nutrition program or product that you have at home. You might be doing private label kind of stuff. Webinars are perfect for that. There's a company called, let's see, what's the name of it again? It's, um, oh my God, it slipped my head. But these guys, they started, they never had a nutrition product before, and they formulate a little concoction and some green stuff and powder, and they start selling it online. And these guys made over 100 million in 9 months. With They didn't have no experience in this space, but they understand marketing to some degree. They was following patterns of someone who was successful before them. They modeled it and they did it and they crushed it. Like out of the park, hit. They was golden. And they use webinars. That's the cool thing. So you could use webinars to sell both service and products. You might have merchandises like let's say a starter kit, for example. Might be a t-shirt, a water bottle, I don't know. Whatever it might be, you could use a webinar to sell it. And that might run $199, $299, whatever it might be. And you could use a webinar to sell your product as well. So that's the cool thing about a webinar. You could also use, to me, I find webinars, many, I shouldn't say many, but a few trainers and few nutritionists and wellness coach I know that tried webinars and it wasn't successful. And I realized there was one commonality they were struggling with. They didn't understand webinars follow a structure. It do. And they tried to slap something together and it didn't work. And then they say webinars don't work. No, 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 no. The way you did it didn't work. Go back to the drawing board, look at the formula again, try it again. Again, webinars are different, certain structures depending on the the ticket. The higher the ticket, the longer the webinar, because you need time to indoctrinate, share. They need to absorb the information before they think about pulling out their wallet to spend a big amount of money. So you have your greeting, quick introduction, housekeeping. Tell them, hey, for the next X, Y, and Z time, I'd like you to put away all distraction because what I have for you will change the course of your life, whatever it might be. So you have the housekeeping, then we have the transition where you'll be transitioning who is this for, what they will learn on this webinar, how it will change your life, and you can start to go in about some of the pain points they're struggling with right now. Then you will continue on that part and show why they were struggling with it, who was the cause of they struggling with it. Then you get into the teaching part where you teach at least three, but more the better. 3 to 5 is, I see, the sweet spot to share how they could actually overcome that struggle they're struggling with, and then from that teaching part transition into what's the next step for them, how your product will help them achieve this goal, why your services is much better than anything out there, what make it unique, in what timeline will they see results. That's the formulas a webinar takes. It gets into bonuses. What bonus would they get? What special offer is included in? All this stuff is structures within the webinar. And when done well, golden, golden, golden. And that's what that's why I love webinars so much. I use webinars for different strategies. And now I am so keen in where I place my webinars and to who I place my webinars to, that in this episode, whew, it's too short of a time to just talk about webinars and how it could help you. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from and seeing the insight of the power of webinars. It's very easy to be done. And if you would like me to create an outline for you, feel free. Just send me a message and I'll create the outline and share it with you. That's not a problem. I'll share my outline with you. You could follow it to a T and see it work for yourself. So, hey, again, I could continue chatting and I love chatting about making money Mondays. I enjoy talking about it. However, here's the deal. I know this might be a little overwhelming and I don't want you to be overwhelmed, not at all. So if it's overwhelming, put that to the side. If it's something you want to learn more of, send me a message. I'll send you entire structure outline of a winning webinar. If it worked for you, share this information with other fellow members, friends, colleagues as much as possible. Why? We need to empower each other, especially in this crazy time we live. Share the information. We are not competing with each other. We are competing with the weight loss industry. We are competing with McDonald's. That's our competition. We're not competing with each other at all because there's less of us and so much prospects and clients are waiting for us to service them than they are of us. So share the information. Hey, I thank you so much for sticking around until the very end. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, peace and success in your business.